Hello, my name is Muwata Green, and I'm your host for the PlebeianView Podcast. The PlebeianView Podcast aims to be a leading voice in ideas in creating a fair and equitable world where all people are entitled to life, liberty, and happiness. Hello, my name is Muwata Green, and welcome to the PlebeianView for May 15th, 2021. Or officially like we call African Liberation Month. I will be talking to you briefly during this podcast about the history of African Liberation Month, how it came about. Let's look back on it. Originally, it was Africa Day, formerly African Freedom Day, and then eventually it became African Liberation Day. It became an annual commemoration of the foundation of the Organization of African Unity on the 25th of May, 1963. It is celebrated in various countries on the African continent as well as countries throughout the world. Let's look at some of the background. The first Congress of African States was held in Accra, Ghana on the 15th of April, 1958 by then Prime Minister of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It represented many of the African countries: Egypt, which was part of the United Arab Republic, Ethiopia, Liberia, Libya, Morocco, Sudan, Tunisia, Union of Peoples of Cameroon, and the host country, Ghana. During this time, where many countries were fighting for their independence, it was the call for an African Freedom Day to mark each year towards the progress of the African liberation movement and to symbolize the determination of the people of Africa to free themselves from foreign domination and exploitation. 5 years later, after the founding convention, on the 25th of May, 1963, representatives of over 30 African nations met in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, hosted by the Emperor Haile Selassie. By then, more than two-thirds of the continent of Africa had achieved independence, mostly from imperial European states. At this meeting, the Organization of African Unity was founded with the initial aim to encourage the decolonization of Angola, Mozambique, South Africa, and Southern Rhodesia. The organization pledged to support the work conducted by freedom fighters and remove military access to colonial nations. A charter was set up which sought to improve the living standards across member states. Haile Selassie stated, "May the Convention of Union last 1,000 years." This charter was signed by all attendees, with the exception of Morocco. At that meeting, African Freedom Day was renamed to African Liberation Day. In 2002, the OAU, the Organization of African Unity, was replaced by the African Union. However, the renamed celebration of African Day continued to be celebrated on the 25th of May in respect of the former organization of OAU. To this day, African Day or African Liberation Day is still celebrated and united to form a united front against the struggle to free African people. As we bring this podcast to an end, I want to sum up by talking about African Liberation Day today, 2021. Mark your calendars. May 25th is officially African Liberation Day, but May is African Liberation Month. African Liberation Day is a permanent mass institution in the worldwide Pan-African movement. As an institution, it is stronger today because the masses of African people are stronger. And African Liberation Day is our day. A day of work in the area of political education and organization. It reflects the fact that we have not obtained our freedom, and thus it is a day to reaffirm our commitment to Pan-Africanism and the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism. African Liberation Day, we also deepen our understanding of other just struggles and reaffirm our role in the world socialist revolution. African Liberation Day is but one direction towards unified socialist Africa. It is growing at many levels of awareness about Pan-Africanism and the primacy of African grows. It is growing as a progressive and revolutionary organization. And lastly, is growing as the masses make increasing victories against capitalism, neocolonialism, racism, and Zionism. And with that being said, I want to send our solidarity and struggle to our Palestinian brothers and sisters who are currently today struggling against Zionism. That's right, the Zionist state of Israel that was created in 1948. It still exists today and constantly treats the people that were there, the indigenous people, the Palestinian people, like the native people, the indigenous people were treated here. Killed, eliminated, take their land, like they did to the African people in South Africa under apartheid. It's the same system. So we must unite and struggle and say solidarity to the brothers and sisters, Palestinian forever. So as we say in the native tongue also, Kiswahili, until we meet again, tuta anana, and also luta continua, the struggle continues. See you next time.
I like the forest, circling beneath the dark city that stagger on the coastline, and a nation that just can't stand